Well, good morning, my friends. So, what's happening in Portland, Oregon? Well, I read and began to read deeper into it an article from the Oregonian about homes being demolished, which we know is a problem here in Portland. But the greater problem is that homes are being demolished haphazardly with asbestos inside of them, estimated at 650 annually. Can you say mesothelioma? You know that commercial everyone sees, mesothelioma. It's not a funny disease, and it's something that I think about, having served in the honor guard when I was in public school, and we had an asbestos curtain, as everybody did on our auditorium stage, and I already know one person who has died from asbestos, so I always keep this in mind when I cough something up. Anyway, back to Portland, and it's not just the city of Portland, but the state is remiss in protecting its citizens. Now, the last time I looked, we the people is supposed to be we the government. Now, we know that it's a lot of bullshit and everything happens. And why did this happen? Because the Builders Association was grumbling. So, you, I, people everywhere, because the wind carries the crap. We don't know how far it is. You'd have to go and check out weather maps and wind directions and everything for the specific areas that were affected, which is everywhere, to find out how far this poison is spread. Mayor Hales, you for the city are ultimately responsible for what happens, not just some commissioner sitting there, the department head, and it's the Environmental Protection Department here that is in charge of this, that has totally failed. And I consider this criminal negligence. You'll know that asbestos kills. You'll know that asbestos causes cancer. You'll know this. Don't act stupider than you are. And yet you let this happen. It's more important to build a beach on the East Esplanade. The city is very much out of control. We already know that the infrastructure is screwed. And quite frankly, aside from the new Telecom Bridge, I have doubts about every bridge around here, except maybe the Fremont. The infrastructure is not being tended to. The health, safety, and welfare of the populace of the Tri-County area, let alone the state, let alone the rest of the country and the world, that this dust is carried around by the wind around the world. This is our own Fukushima. That's how bad this stuff is, folks. You breathe it in, guess what? It ain't coming out. The body doesn't process. It lodges in your lungs and will kill you and me and your children and our children's children. It is criminal negligence. You can't say, well, I didn't know the law. I mean, everybody has seen the commercials. I'm sorry. Unless they were hiding in a cave in a mountain for the past 20 years. It's really time to get rid of all of them. Every commissioner sitting there. And Governor Brown, who apparently is doing nothing since put into the post of being governor, has done nothing but acquiesce to the wishes and wants of every big business corporation that sticks its nose into the state of Oregon. Jobs are important. I'm not a fool. I might look it, but I'm not a fool. But at what cost? At what cost? The cost of your life, the cost of my life, the cost of our children's lives. I find that to be criminal. It is time for new people who have a heart, who will purge our city government of the dreck that resides there. It is time for a purge at the state level to do the same thing. It is time to stop bending over every time the Business Association, the Chamber of Commerce, and all the other associations that there are go, it's going to affect us. No, it's going to affect the frickin' money you put in profit into your pocket. And it's time for this to stop. We are sick and tired of this crap, and we are not going to take it anymore. And when I say that, I say it because I know there are other people who think like I do. I ain't special. If I can think it, so can someone else. It's time to put their feet to the fire. Anyway, y'all be well. Take care. Remember, don't drink the water and don't breathe the air.